Fortnite and Blackout are easily some of the most played battle royale games right now, and a lot of you guys have been asking us to do a comparison between the two. So welcome back to Top 5 Gaming, everyone, where today we'll be breaking down our top 10 biggest points for comparison to think about when looking at the two games. Bear in mind that I am a huge fan of both of these series equally, and that the following video has many parts that are subjective. Both games have entirely different styles, and when comparing the two, it's nearly impossible to do so in an objective or a complete objective breakdown or manner, given that one is first person and the other one is third person. But you know what? We're gonna try to do our best. If this video gets 30,000 likes right now and you subscribe, we'll give you a jar of honey and do a backflip in Fortnite. No scam. Let's get into it. Number 10, Fortnite is free. This is a little bit of a low blow, but one of the main reasons Fortnite was able to become popular so quickly was the fact that the game is free to download. When loading up the game, you have the option to either play Save the World or Battle Royale. Save the World is the main story version of the game where you can fight zombie-like creatures known as husks. However, this game mode you will have to pay for. Fortnite's second game mode, Battle Royale, is free though. You and 99 other players will be dropped into the Battle Royale island and fight until there's one team left standing. It's one of the first decent Battle Royale style games to come out on all consoles at its time, and given the massive hype behind PC games like PUBG and H1, it's not surprising when most of the Xbox and PlayStation community jumped on board. With high-end franchises like Call of Duty bringing out their own unique versions for a Battle Royale, you can see why a lot of people would be interested in playing the new Blackout game mode. But if all you want to do is play Blackout, then paying out $60 might seem a bit much. Sure, you probably spent more than that on Fortnite skins, but who's counting? You may not mind paying out because you plan on playing all of the Black Ops game modes, not just Blackout, but when it comes to it, Fortnite Battle Royale is completely free to play. Number 9, building. Adds a new dynamic into the game that can really benefit you the more skilled you are with it. Now, if you were around in the early days of Fortnite before you'd seen how it was played or what it even looked like, then playing its Battle Royale was probably a bit confusing at first. I mean, trying to shoot someone, but instead I'm suddenly trying to build myself a house. What is this strange mechanic? Well, why is this telling me to build a pyramid? Just let me shoot the enemy. After a while, you begin to realize they probably put it into the game for a reason, and you're just a noob who doesn't really know how to play yet. And sure enough, once you give it some practical thought, and once you give it some practice, you begin to realize how useful building can actually be. There's still players that aren't a massive fan of the building in Fortnite, and to be fair, not everyone has the time to master such unique skills. When building can be more powerful than any gun, it leaves other unpracticed players unable to put up much of a fight against the army of builders you can find in Battle Royale. This building mechanic has created an insane skill gap in Fortnite, and for the real serious players, this is the perfect place to show off your skills other than just being able to shoot people. And if you get really good at it, building can become a weapon itself. Number 8. Fortnite skirmish tournaments involve the community and are much more fun than COD esports tournaments. So we all know that esports are one of the biggest names when it comes to gaming tournaments. In all honesty, it looks like they're doing a pretty amazing job. They get packed out events all set in a real professional and competitive manner. There's beams of light shining all around with giant screens and colorful lights covering the walls. And to top it all off, a true confetti raining victory celebration. But then you check out the competitive scene for Fortnite and you find the Fortnite skirmish. You see an audience all watching an intense match while relaxing on over 100 beanbags with a Durburger truck next to them if they get hungry. The whole vibe is a lot more relaxed at the Fortnite tournaments, and even though it's for serious amounts of money, nearly everyone tries to keep it fun and friendly. You'd be surprised to see some of the trash talking you've got in esports tournaments. One of the most difficult parts about competitive play is being able to get in yourself. As someone who's not really known, it doesn't matter how much skill you have, it can still be tricky to get your name out there so you can prove yourself. With the solo showdown events Fortnite regularly holds, you can prove your skill in an online ranked tournament and get a chance to earn an invite to a real skirmish tournament. Number 7, the map and its ever-changing storyline. One of the biggest problems developers have is keeping us all interested. We get bored way too quick, and before you know it, you're on to the next game. With a lot of normal multiplayer games, you find a massive range of maps to play on. It helps to change things up and stop us from losing interest. But with Battle Royale games, it's not so easy. Filling up 100-man lobbies for multiple maps would be a bit of a struggle. PUBG have gone for different maps, which seems to be working for them, but Blackout currently has only the first map, and doesn't appear that they'll be doing anything extra with it anytime soon. Fortnite have gone with a different approach and have currently just stuck to having one map. That doesn't mean that they haven't kept it new and interesting though. It can sometimes be every day or sometimes every week or two, but Fortnite are constantly evolving the Battle Royale island. Right now, they're adding new items and structures around the map every day in preparation for Halloween, even changing current structures to fit the theme, and with the current rune system, the floating island is traveling around. We may be seeing a massive part of the map change completely. Number 6, the ability to carry 6 items at once. Allows you to test a lot of different weapons and carry extra meds to heal within combat. So technically it's 5 items you can carry, but we'll make it 6 and let the pickaxe feel included. Either way, the ability to carry 5 different items over your standard 2 you get in a lot of games like Blackout is really useful. Seems a bit strange now that I'm thinking about it, like where does it all go? Some Oblivion guard is going to come over and tell me I'm over encumbered. Sorry sir, I've just got 3 medkits, 3 big pots, an RPG, and a minigun. My heavy sniper, not much. With so many inventory spaces, it's easy to keep yourself prepared for most situations. When you only have a choice of 2 weapons, it can really limit the amount of strategies you have to make. On the other hand, being confined to a limited amount of weapons can put everyone on the same playing field, making things a lot less unpredictable and chaotic. It really all depends on what you fancy playing at the time though. Number 5, realistic visuals. Fortnite has been praised for its visual features. Seeing the sunset against that purple sky can be truly remarkable, but Fortnite is known for its cartoonish style and family-friendly nature, which as much as it can be really good, it's just not quite the same experience that the realistic visuals offer. In a game of Blackout, being knee-deep in the grass hidden behind a rock, that realistic touch can intensify the game and make it more fun to play. More in the moment. On the other hand, with Fortnite, that cartoonish style added to the game creates that barrier, always making you aware of the game, a lot of times making you take the game less seriously, which to be fair, it's just a game. Don't have to be so serious. But Blackout offers that realistic nature that a lot more of the mature gamers will prefer to get that real in-game experience and be kind of immersed in the environment that you're in, and you kind of feel adrenaline pumping through you because of that. Whenever I'm playing Fortnite, it's more about just me being aggressive, as where in Blackout, I'm kind of slowly moving around the map, trying to figure out where people are, and needless to say, you're still doing that in Fortnite. It's just a whole lot easier because of the fact, similarly to games like Borderlands where you might have cell shading, things kind of pop a lot more. There's more contrast between different objects. Plus, who hasn't missed a good bit of gore enabled when shooting your enemies? Every time you kill someone in Fortnite, it turns out to just be a hologram. Number 4, vehicular warfare. The vehicles in Fortnite, if we're being honest, are pretty weak. Fortnite seems to keep vehicles at bay for a while until eventually releasing the shopping cart. The excitement lasted for a short time, and then the golf buggies came out, and now we can all drift. Awesome, we've had a bunch of fun with these, but the problem is they're no good in combat and can be shot down in no time at all. They just break way too easy, and if you actually try to do anything crazy, you risk killing yourself to fall damage. Hopefully with the new quad bike-like vehicle coming soon, it may improve. But at the moment, Blackout seems to have an upper hand when it comes to vehicles right now. They've got the big heavy truck that's brilliant for taking the whole squad along and has decent HP. The other land vehicle is an ATV quad bike and drives pretty fast. Then you've also got a small boat that you can hold the whole squad to travel the rivers throughout the map. Just be careful you don't get caught in the propeller because it will damage you. Then for the skies, you've got the helicopter capable of taking the full squad airborne. Fortnite haven't beaten that yet. Number 3, the Wingsuit. Can't deny it's pretty awesome, and you can use this in high places whenever you want. A lot of the ideas on our list will have people on either side of the fence, so to speak. Some people will agree, others disagree, but this is one of those few things that I think a good 90% of you will agree with. The Wingsuit in Blackout is just straight up smart and useful. In Fortnite, you have a glider or an umbrella. You pull a small desk-shaped device and it transfers and allows you to glide down safely. Well, why can't we use it again at any point in the game? They introduced the 50v50 mode where you can redeploy, and it's also in the new Disco Domination mode. But in Blackout, you're able to glide down using your wingsuit whenever you like. It makes the game a lot more fast-paced, and you can get up to some stupid stuff without risking dying to falling damage. Not only that, but you can actually travel a lot further using the wingsuit if you dive straight down and then pull it up. Number 2, Blackout has zombies. Come on, that's awesome. For any zombies fan out there, this will definitely be a big hit. Blackout has actual zombies. In certain areas of the map, you can revisit some of your favorite zombies maps built into the Blackout map. You can find Verrückt, buried, and transit, as well as others. You even have a chance to find the mystery box at one of these locations that can give you some crazy items. And if you come across one of these locations and it's lit up, then you can also find zombies. It's not long normal zombies where you'll be training a full herd of around 23, but there will be a few that spawn every now and then, and they can drop you some pretty decent loot. Honorable mentions. Honorable mention number 1 is no building. Goes both ways, so I added it to this selection as some people won't like building in Battle Royale games. Now, we thought we'd stick this in the honorable mentions on Blackout for all those people that have long awaited a normal Battle Royale game where one man can't build an entire kingdom in 0.3 seconds, where the laws of physics still apply, and shotguns don't hit for 6 damage. That's going to be a massive deterrent. Back to old school tactics where being able to adapt and position yourself to effectively survive new environments is actually useful, and you can kill people without them building a fortress, or John Wick's just 180 pumping you, or boxing themselves, or going with whatever the newest meta is, which if you don't keep up with the newest meta, you get schooled. That's just how it is in Fortnite. We have to build our own environments. Both aspects have their positives, but Blackout is a nice change to the same routine because there are places to experience fights without worrying about getting third-partied quite as easily because of the vastness and the size of the map seeming much more large because of the fact that we're in first person. Honorable mention number 2 is old Call of Duty maps included within the Blackout map. Similar to the old Zombies maps, Black Ops have also integrated a ton of old multiplayer maps into the Blackout map. Nearly every place you visit on your travels will be a walk down memory lane for all those that played previous Call of Duties. Although obviously they'll look a little different, for example the old Nuketown map, now it actually looks like it's been hit by a nuke. It's a real nice touch from developers that adds familiarity to a brand new map. And number 1, first-person mode. Some people will prefer the first-person perspective over the third-person. Again, this is subjective to the person playing. Hey, it's a subjective list anyway. For all those players that were used to first-person view from Fortnite, you've probably missed it quite a bit, maybe without even realizing it yet. Playing a game as addictive as Fortnite can make you get used to new things. For most shooting games, first-person view seems like the obvious choice, right? Well, it makes sense considering you want to naturally look down the firearm for aiming, but third-person view can be really helpful for games that involve a slower pace. Being able to see around those corners and over windows when using a third-person view can be the difference between life and death. However, Call of Duty games have always been a fast-paced first-person shooting game, and even though it's a Battle Royale game, they've still managed to keep up with the pace. The movement seems a lot faster on Blackout, and the first-person view really helps you to put in the movement and enjoy the game experience. It all depends on your style of gaming and what you feel more comfortable with at the end of the day. So you'll have to finish debating which one you think is better in the comments below, Blackout or Fortnite. Let us know in the comments. But that has been our list of the top 10 points for comparison with Fortnite versus Blackout. Click that like button if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you're new, push notifications on, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.